Hi shooters, Adam from Atlas Gunworks. We're going to talk a little bit about the slide, not taking the round forward in your mags a little bit today. I don't know if there's a good name for this, or at least I haven't come up with one yet, but we'll title this thing afterwards. So if you ever take your mag out of your gun and a bullet falls out of the gun, aside from the mag, or that's an extreme version, or the bullet's sitting way far forward, or your bullet has if you're using the soft plate, not a jacketed, not a plated bullet, but you're using a coated bullet, and there's a big, huge gash here. That's happening because when the slide comes over, so this part of your slide right here, let's see if we can get some light in there. There we go. This part right here is going to roll over the top round in the mag. So your bullet you're shooting is come up the breech face. Let's see if there's some way we can. There we go. So the top bullet slid up the breech face here, and it's headed for the chamber on the breech face. And then this part of the slide is going to come over at the same time, the top bullet. So whether it's a slide with the disco cut that we're doing in most of our slides, or it's just a regular profile slide where there's no ramp cut here. So a regular profile slide would look like that. It's this edge that matters. So that edge right there. So what's happening is that's catching the round. There's enough of a sharp edge here to pull it forward. Light mag springs will be a problem there too. But what happens is it pulls this round forward, and there's another round still on top of it. So it's not all the way up in the mag typically. It's, the other round's coming up as this one's sliding up. But what it does is when it pulls it forward, it shoots it a lot of times into the bottom of the ramp here. That's when you'll see that mark. And then what happens, it can cause feeding issues, because as the slide comes back the next time, the slide should be picking the bullet up, here or here. They can move forward a little bit, but it shouldn't be picking it way up here. So some of that momentum when the bullet should have already started to come up on the breech face is gone. So the bullet hits the ramp, and it won't flip up like that, but the bullet hits the ramp, and instead of starting from, let's say, here, it starts from here, and you don't have that enough momentum to carry it up. It's going to happen a lot more with coated bullets than it does with jacketed or plated bullets. They're going to absorb that. They won't. None of the coated bullets will absorb some of the impact here. So anyway, the solution for this is super simple. You take a slide, whether it's this kind or a regular kind, and you can do it with sandpaper or you could do it with a file, but you just break these little edges here. So you just roll that over a little bit and make sure there's no sharp edges here. And then you want it to be smooth too. So let's say you use a file, then I might take 300 grit sandpaper and then 600 grit and then maybe 1500 grit. Just smooth that out. We want this to be smooth so that rolls right over that round and there's nothing there to catch and take that round with it. So if you're having feeding problems and your bullets sit, or when you take an empty mag out and your bullets are sitting forward like that, that's because the slide's catching them. And all you got to do is clean this up just a little bit. We've seen a bunch of guns that it takes a while for them to get an edge here, but all of a sudden they've got some rounds on them and they'll develop an edge there. So again, just a quick breakdown there of just roll that edge, make sure there's nothing sharp. You should be able to take your finger over and go, yeah, that should roll right over. Anytime we do anything in the gun, we want everything to just be round. There's no need for any sharp edges. This is a machine that's kind of moving, if you think about it, in a circle, and we don't want anything sharp. So the sharp edges are a problem. So round that off a little bit, and life will be good.